Hello, Fruit Force, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and boy, you know that Dreamcast sound. Going back to the old days of the Dreamcast, a system that was just never appreciated in its time. It didn't get the appreciation until many years later. And speaking of things that didn't get appreciation until later, this reminds me of the Capcom game they could play on the Sega Dreamcast, none other than Power Stone. Yes, it did get a sequel, but it makes me wonder why this franchise was never picked up and ran with again. If you know, recently Capcom has been revitalizing some of their older properties, and we've been seeing that coming back. But yet, we have still not received another Power Stone. I'm going, why? Who cares about Power Stone? Well, you know, Power Stone is a very interesting type of fight game. It came before the Smash, the Mario, Super Mario Smash kind of games. But it plays much like that in that vein, and maybe that's why we haven't seen it return. Is because it's a lot like those Smash Brothers games. But I don't know. I think there's enough content and enough fun in these games to definitely make it worthwhile. You have a nice large cast of characters, and each character is very unique in its own, making it very interesting. The art style is absolutely a really cartoonish, fun art style, I think. And the music is quite well fitting, and the gameplay mechanics are good. So let's dive in a little bit into this and talk about Power Stone. It's a 3D fighting game originally developed and published, as I mentioned, by Capcom on Sega Naomi arcade hardware, and none other than, yes, the Sega Dreamcast, which I love that Dreamcast. Controller not so much, but the system itself absolutely amazing. The series has seen two releases, Power Stone in 1999, which I'm showing here, and Power Stone 2 in 2000, as well as the Power Stone Collection for the PSP, which contains slightly modified versions of the two games. The series also spawned 26-episode animated series and a manga adaptation, which makes you wonder once again, with the popularity of anime and manga, why do we not see more of this? I mean, just look at the characters. They really jump off the screen. It's cartoony and absolute fun to look at. Can't help but get interested right off the bat. So, each character is absolutely astounding and stands out in their own way. It's a 3D arena fighting game that allows you to select a character, like a lot of fighting games, and you proceed to battle the other characters one at a time in various locales based on the characters that are in the game. But you have a three-dimensional fighting screen there that you're playing on that includes the ability to use all kinds of special attacks, as well as pick up and fight with items like tables, chairs, bombs. And during battle, though, the main kicker is this is the thing that can shift the whole match, is being aware of those Power Stones. You want to grab those Power Stones. Each resemble gems of different colors that will just randomly appear in the arena. If the character collects 3 of those Power Stones, they transform into a more powerful version of themselves, giving them 2 special power attacks. And then when you can use the power attacks, it does have a meter that how much power they have, but they are absolutely devastating. They will turn the tide of the battle very quickly, and absolutely essential in your gameplay and how you fight to get those. They only last a short time, so once you drain them, they're gone, and then they'll continue to come back. Also, if you're hit, you can lose a Power Stone, or if you hit the opponent, they'll lose their Power Stone, and you can grab it. So the goal is to get those 3 Power Stones, and then wreak havoc upon your opponent. It's absolutely an interesting dynamic, which I still cannot fathom why today we don't see more from Capcom, as they're releasing more games, re-releasing and rehashing, if you will, these games, but from there's other series, but they haven't brought back this franchise. Just makes me scratch my head. This game is set in the 19th century, where strong believers of legends and myth and superstition search for fame, fortune, and glory. Each character has their own motivations and their own goals. One legend above all is sought after by many, a treasure which can make any dream come true. Believers from all over the world are set out to search for this treasure and are forced to fight against one another to get the legendary Power Stone. And this game has a lot of replayability. Not only is it just a blast to play, you have several options: the arcade mode, the story mode, the versus mode against each other, which is absolutely great. I'll talk about that in a minute. But each character has their own unique ending, which gives you that additional want to go back and play with those other 10 characters that you have. The 10 characters are variable in what they are by strength, damage-wise, speed, and things like that, giving you a uniqueness for each character and different move sets that you might want to try out. There's Edward Falcon, Wang Ting, Ryoma. Well, I'm going to butcher some of these names, by the way. Amy, Rouge, Jack, Gunrock, Galada, Kraken, and Vulgus. And so, for example, if you want somebody more of the mid-range, good amount of speed and all that, you might want to fight with Wang Tang. If you want somebody maybe a little slower but can dish out some devastating damage, you might want to consider somebody like Gunrock. You know, overall, this game was looked at pretty good. It had very good ratings overall for most, but then there were some that gave it a little bit of a dip in the ratings. Like GameSpot only gave it a 7.6 out of 10. IGN gave it 8.7. There were, EGM gave it 7.5, but then there were some other ones that gave it higher ranks. Personally, I think it deserved higher ranks than what it got, especially for its time, and especially if you utilize the game even more fully. Where this game really jumps out is, yeah, the arcade's great, the storyline's great, but I absolutely found this absolutely fascinating and fun as can be if you play it on 2-player. Little Frugal and I sat down in our chairs, relaxed, and just fought it out. He wasn't so sure he'd like the game at first. I said, hey, come and try Power Stone with me. He sat down, and within minutes, he was absolutely loving it. Giggling, laughing as we were beating each other senseless, hoping to collect those Power Stones and win the battle. Really, this is a series I just cannot fathom why Capcom has not brought out more. There's only a couple ways really to get it, and it was very popular for its time. It had the release that it had. It was also ported to the PlayStation Portable and the Power Stone Collection. There was an anime TV series based on the game as well in 1999. So why did we not see more of this is beyond me. Well, I would like to ask you, have you ever played Power Stone? If you haven't played Power Stone, what does it look? Does it look good to you? I mean, really, if so many people are loving Smash Brothers, why are they not checking this game out too? This is a precursor to that. Absolutely wonderful kind of game. Interesting dynamic. The art is absolutely fascinating. It's really got a nice cartoony style. The graphics hold up today because on the mighty Dreamcast. So Capcom, come on now, bring back more Power Stone. Also in the comments, if you want to see more Power Stone, let me know in the comments. Let's maybe put out there on Twitter, hey Capcom, give us more Power Stone. Let's see if we can get another Power Stone game. Maybe it can be just a digital download for things like the Nintendo Switch. I think this would be an absolutely fantastic game to be ported on the Nintendo Switch. But that's my thoughts, not yours. So let me know what you think in the comments. Once again, please be sure to hit like, subscribe, notification bell, because you are how this channel grows. I don't do any advertising on that through YouTube, so I don't tend to get pushed as much. So the only way to help my channel grow is by you. So thank you again for your time. And until next time, keep it cool. I want to make sure I take a moment to thank the people that helped make this video possible. I consider you producers of this channel and of this show. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. So I'd like to thank Rags, Comic Boom, Pop Size, The Frag Minion, Warren JB, Lynchnut, David Osenwitz, sorry if I mispronounced your name, and a penny for your dimes. I also want to thank the people that like to remain anonymous and anybody else that has contributed to this channel in the past. Without your support, these videos would not be possible. If you find yourself in a position you can help and you want to see your name here too as a producer credit, go ahead and look down in the links below. There will be a Patreon, a subscribe star, as well as a one-time donation, and you can see your name up here too. Thank you.